Lieutenant Colonel Waltman from Fort Indian Town Gap. We have information on the activities and events back at the Gap. This is, of course, a sad day with the passing, but also this will be my last day attending meeting, relinquishing the duties and the honor that I've had to represent Fort Indian Town Gap and Colonel Hefner, the garrison commander, bringing you information. I think it's been great relationship over the past maybe 2 years that I've been coming here, and it's just been beneficial to me personally. But Mr. David Weisnik, the Deputy Base Operation Manager, will be taking over those responsibilities. So let me turn it over to him with what's going on.
Good morning, Commissioners, ladies and gentlemen. To follow in the storied tradition of Colonel Waltman with the Back at the Gap brief, which we intend from our command level to continue that with at least myself into the far future. We'll keep coming once a month to our neighbors and friends and partners and give you an update on our activities. Upcoming live fire training, which is the most noticeable off our post. Starting tomorrow through the 10th, we're going to have demolitions training. Then again on the 12th of July, we're going to have demolitions training. We're going to be shooting mortars from the 20th through the 21st. Also on the 21st, we'll be firing 25mm Bradley fighting vehicles. Then we'll have a short lull to the 27th, and on the 27th through the 29th of July, we'll have demolitions training. Levels of training troops on the post. Right now, we're coming back from our 4th of July holiday lull. We have about approximately 1,500 troops training on the post currently. It'll surge up this weekend to 4,500 troops, and next week we'll be back at our normal summertime training load of about 6,500 troops. With that, you'll be seeing increased flight activity within the normal parameters out of the Muir Army Airfield. This past weekend, we had a very successful butterfly walks. We had 2 of them. We brought about 500 people from literally all over the world to beautiful Lebanon Valley and partake of our Frittilary butterfly population. For anybody that's interested, this coming weekend, and well, I should go back, and this Friday and this Saturday, we're going to have 2 more butterfly walks. They start at 10 in the morning. Get there to fill out some paperwork about anywhere from about 9 on. You can go on a walk and see what is turning to be a really great showcase of our environmental stewardship that we have with Blue Mountain, the Kittatinny Ridge, and how dear we hold that, and we'll continue to protect that. Of note, the next phase of our gate closure plan, which is already in effect, where we're channelizing the ways you can get onto Fort Indian Town Gap. The next phase will be on the 18th of July. You can still come on the Gap via Fisher Avenue on both ends, and also on 443. Speaking of 443, the PennDOT project to replace the bridge, which is 443, going north up towards Moonshine Church, that has been delayed a little bit. It's going to start this week. We thought it would have already started, but they're going to install one of the 1 lane of traffic where we're going to divert traffic over onto our tank trail. They have to finish paving the tank trail, so it will divert it, and it's going to have a temporary traffic light up there. So pending any of your questions, that's all we have, and we thank you for the opportunity to come do this.
Well, I would just like to wish you a happy and long retirement, and thank you for being part of this strengthening of our partnership with the Gap, shining a light on the activities there, but also reminding us the vital nature of the national security protection that in the training and the all the activities that go on there. We know that it's vital to us, and yet we appreciate also the media's work in shining that light to our constituents, so they can appreciate the 17,000 acres of and billions of dollars in assets that the Gap is, and remind everyone of that. So thank you.
As I've said many times in the meetings that I go to, it's been a pleasure and an honor here, especially growing up here in Lebanon County and then eventually working at Fort Indian Town Gap, hearing the artillery fire as a young boy in Cornwall, and then eventually coming out there and then reporting here on what we're doing out there. It's been a great learning experience. I've learned of the dedication and the commitment of the local municipalities and every organization that I've become involved with here through this role in the understanding of the value of Fort Indian Town Gap to the whole Lebanon Valley. So it's been my pleasure and my learning experience. So I'm coming away here with a greater understanding of Lebanon County, Lebanon Valley, and everybody that is involved in this community.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carl.
I do have a question. The normal flight pattern for training, how wide is that?
The flight patterns that we do, there's two types of flight patterns. You have the higher level flight patterns, which is training above 4,000 feet. Those flight routes predominantly go out of Muir Army Airfield, and they go really all up and down the Lebanon Valley. The importance to us of the Blue Mountain or the Kittatinny Ridge in the St. Anthony's Wilderness is that is the only available place that we can go and do darkened skies, where there's obviously not many people that live on that side of the mountain over the St. Anthony's Wilderness. There is where we do the low-level routes. So to answer your question, it gets quite complicated how routes actually go over and above, but everything that we're flying down in this side of the mountain in the Lebanon Valley tends to be over 4,000 feet. It's just helicopters are very noisy as far as aircraft go.
Now, I just was curious because, like in West London, for instance,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
see them fly over, so I didn't know how far south.
They actually range way up to Berks County as one of the
Okay.
turnaround points. They use a system of what they call landing zones, which tend to be small airports that Pennsylvania has scattered about. A lot of it is the pilots are training themselves to follow instruments, and usually the instruments for air navigation tend to be around airports. So that's usually the terminus of their flight. And then they come back and they're doing various aspects of their training and certification while they're doing that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you again.
Thank you.